Right, hello everyone. So I want to make a short little video here, and I'm gonna call this video something like "Try not to hate ordinary people." And the point that I want to make in this video is that yes, ordinary people in England today are a bit rubbish. They are a bit immoral. They are dishonest. They are, generally speaking, just not good people, not straightforward people. They are the kind of people that just don't care about the country falling to pieces, right? But nonetheless, my argument is that we shouldn't hate them because at the end of the day, it's not really their fault that they are the way that they are. The majority of the blame must always lie with the elites, because it is the elites that hold the position of power in society, and they are the ones that guide society, and they are the ones that are driving this country into destruction, essentially. And so I'm not saying that ordinary people aren't blameless at all. Some of the blame must be taken by ordinary people because people do have a choice. Everybody's got a choice. They could have voted for the right party, right? They could have if there was enough public outcry, if there was enough public awareness about what's going on, then things would change. So yes, some ordinary people are good, some ordinary people are bad. But what I'm trying to say is, in the same way that a child is not really responsible for his actions because he's just a child, the people are not really responsible for their actions because they're just people. Okay, so if a child is bad and it misbehaves, is it the child's fault or is it the parent's fault? Well, it's kind of a mixture of both, isn't it? But really, if it's a naughty child and it's misbehaving all the time, and the child is rude and etc., generally speaking, people will blame the parents. It could be the case that they have really good parents and the child is just a bad kid for whatever reason. But in a similar way, bad parents produce bad children, bad governments produce bad people. The rot starts in the head first, the rot starts in the elites first, in the brains and the ideas, in the journalists, with the aristocracy, with the oligarchs, with all these people. The rot starts there and then it comes down onto the masses. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't fall into the trap of hating everybody, because it's going to make you unhappy. And I'm just presenting a similar argument to the argument in regard about women. Essentially, people on the internet are always pointing out women's faults. They're saying that women do this and they do that, and they're unchaste, and they support these left-wing policies, and blah 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 blah. The thing is, you can't ignore this. You have to recognize it. It is true that most modern women these days are a bit rubbish. But is it their fault? And again, it's like the relationship between a child and its parents, right? Is the same as the relationship between women and the men. Women are a reflection of the men of society. Men have the power. Men control the dating market. Men control culture. And if the women in your country are bad, it's because the men in your country are bad. If the women in your country are fat and overweight and feminist and crazy, it's because all the men are a bunch of pussies and they're allowing the women to behave like this. And you could say, well, it's not my fault, I'm young, etc. Okay, it's not your fault, but the men as a sum total, including our ancestors, are to blame. We gave women the vote. We created this world in which we live. So when it comes to the female question, it's like, yes, on the one hand, you have to recognize that they're stupid. You can't be a brain dead feminist and think that they're equal to men. No, you have to recognize that they're stupid, but at the same time, don't fall into the trap of hating them, because at the end of the day, it's not really their fault. It's partly their fault because some women are good and some women are bad, but as a group, as a sum total, it's not really their fault. It's the men's fault that they behave the way that they behave. And in a similar way, when it comes to the people of England, if you're feeling frustrated and upset because you're going about your daily life and you're looking at the people of England and you're thinking, my God, these people are shit. They don't care about anything. They don't care about the mass immigration. They don't care about children being stabbed. They don't care about all this transgenderism nonsense. They're brain dead. What the hell is going on? Try to understand. At the end of the day, it's not really their fault. It's the elite's fault. It's the elites. It's always been the elites. They are the one that has to bear the responsibility. And that's just the way it is. Okay, thank you for listening.